This goes back to being another report on life in the time of the coronavirus epidemic. I have to note that it takes place about half a year ago. This is Samuel Pepys reporting. We will take back the House, and we will take back the Senate, and we will take back America. That's the trumpet, out stumping for candidates who supported him and deriding those who did not. And of course, poking away at the PM. He has to believe that the election was rigged because he could not believe he lost to the PM. Impossible. Meanwhile, his company has been under investigation and a report is coming out. No doubt it will brand him a rascal, if not an outright crook. If he does run again, and these two old white guys will be 4 years older then, I think he loses again. It comes down to personality. The trumpet, abrasive, acts as if he doesn't care what anyone else thinks. The PM, ingratiating, wants everyone to love him. When the trumpet was in charge, people were nervous, waiting for the next landmine to go off. The PM, it's more like he's running a daytime kiddies TV show. The trumpet ran everything, a one-man band. Many people think the PM is a puppet run by others. I'll give it up for the trumpet, though. He's trying. His next appearance was in a very small town before a good-sized crowd. He praised them, telling them that as he was driving there, he noticed their houses and their lawns, how neat they were, how well maintained. I bet you mow them every day, he said. They loved it, and they loved him. The PM is such a pushover. He comes out and says, okay, the infrastructure bill is tied to the passage of another spending bill. The Republicans immediately bitch at this, and the PM retracts, says he did not mean to say that. I can't think of any other president who would flip like this. I'd call him Flipper if he weren't already the PM. The COVID-19 Delta variant, and I've also heard talk about a Delta Plus, is causing trouble, especially in Israel and the United States. Of course, there is confusion. An expert said, if you have had both shots, you're over 90% immune. No sweat. But cases of people who have been vaccinated and get the virus are common. So even though it feels like the danger is past, apparently it's not. Who knows? Not me. I have been watching some of the Olympics, the qualifying trials, and in some of the events there is a clear favorite, the champion, and often the sportscasters will say that so-and-so has just turned professional and is representing such and such shoe company. And the shoe itself is very desirable. All the runners with the fastest times wear that shoe. So naturally, every serious runner in the world will want to get that shoe. And so money and the sporting goods contracts are becoming very big in the Olympics, which has a heritage that is pure amateur. And I find this upsets me. When the big money moves in, that is never a good sign for a sport. Money now runs the Olympics. I heard a guy say that if you own a home and you did not sell it in the last month, that was a good thing because the value of the home increased by 13% in that 1 month. And they all went off on how great that was, how wonderful. I think it's terrible. I think it's mostly inflation kicking in, so that while the price of the home may be going up, the actual value of it and everything else is going down fast. Inflation in the economy is like cancer in the body. It's lethal. The trumpet gave an interview. He said that the PM's administration was catastrophic. Meanwhile, the stock market continues to rise and, due to a technicality in his prosecution, an 86-year-old Bill Cosby has been released from jail. What a dichotomy we have in him. Famous comedian, sitcom star, corporate spokesperson, and vile sexual predator. Bill Cosby. Who knows? Not me. Many people, in retrospect, are hating on the field mouse, but all the political pundits are saying that he cannot be beaten in his race for re-election. I think they're right. I chalk it up to his wife's pies. We hear very little from the governors now. There is just a mild background count for the epidemic. Yet because of the variants and the sizable percentage of the population who refused vaccination and the upside-down condition of life, most people are very wary. I think we need more experts. The chief financial officer of the Trump business interests has been arrested on multiple charges of fraud, theft, and cheating on taxes. The federales naturally want to use him to squeeze him to get at the trumpet, who naturally calls all the charges absolute fabrications, part of the ongoing conspiracy to get at him. Boy, do they ever want to get him, to nail his skin to the wall. The PM, who feels our pain like no one since Bill Clinton, is in Miami, where the high-rise condominium building collapsed. He's feeling everyone's pain and doing a wonderful job of it. His wife is with him. There is a lot of pain to be felt right now in Miami. The PM is there to feel it. I wish he would start feeling the pain from inflation.